Yeah, really disappointed. Disappointed in our coaching, disappointed in how we reacted to situations and didn't play as well as we're capable. I give them credit. They're a good football team. There's no question about it. But you look at the end, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, first half, there were opportunities and we didn't follow through. And then in the third quarter, there's 14 points that we left out there. And, we didn't get in the end zone after the fumble on the one. And the third down and one later in the third, I thought we would have we had some momentum there and we'd have got first down and thought we would have scored. But, this is, it's, we got to learn from this one because next week is just as difficult. And when I say that, I'm talking about them as a good team. They're a hell of a football team. Been able to watch them one time so far in Corvallis, the new stadium, and what they've done there is something they're real proud of. And so it'll be a hell of a crowd. We got to get better this week. We got to make sure that we're all on the same page, and we got to play better and we got to coach better. Coach better, then play better.
Anything for the student athletes?
Zaires, in that second quarter, I think they scored three touchdowns and 4 drives. What do you think happened there on those drives?
They came out and played hard, and we just didn't execute the way we should have. They shouldn't have scored those touchdowns, and that's all on us. We just got to get better.
Zaire, seems like there was some assignment errors, which don't typically see from the defense. Is that accurate? And how does that, I guess, lack of precision? How can you build on that going forward? Should we work that and try to have that?
Assignment errors, they're going to happen. Everybody makes assignment errors. I make assignment errors. And so throughout the game, well, especially next week, we just got to minimize those. It's all mental, nothing's physical. No, there's no physical mistakes right now. It's just all mental, something that we can get taken care of.
Okay, how would you view just the offense and the performance in your obviously not a lot of points?
I just say we got to do a better job putting drives together. We can't really show flashes here and there. We got to be consistent throughout the whole game. Time of possession is important, but we also got to put the ball in the end zone, score some points. So just something to improve on is just putting more drives together.
Was there anything in particular they did to stop your drive, or do you think it was just you guys not executing well?
I just don't think we executed well enough. Everyone has a job. You just got to do your 111, and if all 11 guys do it at the same time, good things will happen. I just think that whether it was MAs or technique-wise, we just got to do better so that everyone could do their job and we can make better plays.
Okay, Chase, that touchdown pass that you
I'm sorry, what's?
the touchdown that you scored, did you guys see that play?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Could you take us through that play where you scored the touchdown?
Oh, yeah, it was the play that was called was a hitch, but he was pressed, so took it up top. Trust QB to make that throw. Good back shoulder, and yeah.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Evan. I thought you were going to ask. So
Yeah, no, I was ready. The opening week, you had a MAC team. This program's traditionally done really well against MAC schools. The numbers are there. And you had an FCS team. This week kind of loomed as more of a measuring stick to see where you're at. And so where are you at?
Well, I think I think we're a pretty good football team, and that's sincere. I think we've gotten better. I even think we did some things better today from the offensive side there were 3 RPOs that Jalen did a heck of a job sticking them in there. I thought there was a couple others that probably should have been caught, or at least a 50-50 ball. So I think his progress is getting better. I think Keenan, I'm really proud of how he plays football, and he represents us. I'm really, he's done a really good job and being a leader also as a captain, but he produces, and that's what you have to have. You know, I don't know if that's one game to measure it on, but obviously we didn't coach it well enough, and that's my responsibility first and foremost, and, you know, the coaches. So we got to do a better job there. We got a big week ahead of us, and, you know, we got to continue to improve.
Normally you can lean on your defense.
Yeah.
And you have the 81-yard touchdown pass, the 59-yard run that's up the middle, 4th and 1, they get the 13-yard run off tackle. It's kind of surprising to see a
Yeah.
San Diego State defense come up with those types of plays, at least that volume of them. How surprised were you at some of those?
Well, I'm a little surprised. I'd be lying if I wasn't. I also know that some of the youth that we have on defense, especially up front, but at the same point, you know, that's not an excuse. We got to play better. We got to tackle better. You know, both of their backs, whether they are running the stretch or inside zone, there was too many yards after contact, you know, and that's discouraging. And, you know, you look at that and you're a little bit, it's concerning. We have to get better. And I think we also need to do a good job looking at, I think we had a good indicator on what they were going to do. I really want to see if we're, you know, giving guys the best opportunities. And we got to challenge people. I mean, we got 3rd and 1s. We got to challenge them. You know, we got to challenge them. And I'm talking as much as anything through, you know, when they throw the football. We got to challenge them.
You know, heading into last season, San Diego State had won 7 out of 9 games against the Pac-12, but the 3 games since then have been losses by, you know, big margins. Is there anything to glean from these last 3 games?
I don't know what I'd glean from it besides, you know, number one, I think each team is a hell of a lot better team than the last time we played them. And, you know, that means we got to get better.
You inserted Sean McEwen into the starting lineup, played a lot of snaps. He hadn't played much of that position previous. Why did that change?
Well, we thought we needed to mix it up back there. We thought we need to, you know, and we're going to do that. I mean, we're going to, believe me, we're evaluating the film, and it may look different next week. So we've got to, you know, do a great job of really the evaluation process now has to be even better than it was.
Also, New Zealand Williams played a lot more. He started. So with Williams and McEwen, faster guys, more athletic guys, was that in contrast
No,
to playing against these
no.
guys' speed?
No, it wasn't at all. New Zealand has come along the last couple of weeks, and, you know, I think Deshaun's the same way.
You guys always want to establish the running game. Why do you think you couldn't get it going from the get-go?
Their defense, part of it. Obviously, we've got to be better at the point of attack, and that's something that, you know, you during the game, you could see it a little bit. You know, we had some runs in there, and Keenan had some runs that I thought he really did a nice job. I thought he got that extra. He made the good jump cut. And then there were some times in there where it wasn't there, period. So, you know, from the protection, and not protection as much, but, you know, the double teams and what we're trying to get done.
Coach, second quarter, third quarter, down a couple of touchdowns. Did you consider going tempo at all there?
Well, we talked about it on the phone, and we did a little bit in the second quarter, but then we screwed it up. So, took us out of it. you know, when you get to a certain point, you know, you got to have confidence, right? You got to have confidence in both sides of it, you know, defensively and offensively. And at the end, we were trying to get tempo going, and it just didn't work.
You had a couple of plays, different points in the game. One, Jalen found Nicholson in the back of the end zone, that looked like a touchdown pass. And then you get first and goal on the one, and don't come away with any points. Just maybe discuss the impact of those two plays.
No, it changes your momentum. It changes, you know, the vibe that your team has. You know, I really, we get 14 points in the third quarter, you know, that game gets to be a game again. But obviously we didn't.
This is the start of a really challenging four-game stretch. How much concern do you have that the offense will find its footing here this time?
I think they've done some things better. You know, I think getting Brandon back has helped. You know, we played without, on offense, a tight end, Harper. Played without him, you know, and he's a guy who really at the line of scrimmage is pretty good for us. And not saying that that would have changed the game, but it may have changed the outlook of the offense.
Jalen went the first 10 quarters of the season without an interception, and he threw 3 in the second half. What did you see from those?
Well, the one, you know, he was trying too hard to make a play. You know, trying too hard to make something happen.
You're a D-line guy. What was your impression of Latu and the Murphy twins and the way they can disrupt an offense?
Well, I really wasn't watching that analytically, but they're good athletes. They're long, you know, and that's something that you look for in guys to rush the passer.
Coach, the big plays that UCLA got, the lack of big plays from your own offense,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like you have those skill position players who can really make those big plays and not force the offense to have to?
Well, you know, Josh has been hurt, so he's been out. We've got our rotation there probably has to be a little bit more, we got to look at it a little bit more. And, you know, I think there's some guys there that obviously can get loose and can do some good things. You know, I think Makai's a great example of, you know, the consistency that he has. Some of the others have to have it also.
Surprised at all they let the freshman basically have the whole game at quarterback?
No, it gets pretty good. You know, I remember when he came out of high school. He's a good football player. The kid from Kent State is not a bad football player.
Anything else, Coach?
All right, thanks.